morning everybody, I'm Claire and this is my vlog Loves Red Sews. So welcome back if you are an existing subscriber and welcome if you are new. So today is my weekly Sunday sews catch up. I'm going to be talking about what I've been up to this week, what I have planned and also a couple of things I have purchased. So I hope you enjoy today's vlog. So I am recording this on Saturday and it is the 18th of January and this vlog will be going out on the Sunday the 19th of January. So I talked about a few things last week that I had cut out and I was planning on making up, and I've actually got most of those things made up this week, which is really good. So first of all I will share with you what I'm wearing because this is one of my sort of new makes. Now it's a little bit chilly here this morning, so I have actually paired this with a Bertha cardigan, which is a tilly in the buttons. But if I take this off to show you, so I was planning on making this kind of sweatshirt, I guess. This is a French terry fabric, it's a Nerida Hansen, and I will just stand back to show you. I'm just wearing it with a pair of leggings in a kind of plum colour because the background of this fabric is also kind of plum as well, with all of these bright colours on. It's got a little bit of a 70s vibe about it, I guess, but I just love the colours in this top. It's just so happy and vibrant, and I think it kind of suits me quite well, maybe. But if you recall, it is this pattern, so it's the McCalls M6992. I've made a couple of these before. I went with View D, so I've got no hemband at the bottom, and then you've just got the neckband, and then you've got the cuffs here, very slightly longer at the back, and yeah, I really like it. So I've just used the same fabric, to be honest, for the cuffs and for the neckband. There was enough stretch in it. I have added a little label on the bottom, you look amazing, which I thought went quite well, and that is the back, if you can see that. Yes, I'm really pleased with this make, and I've already worn it once this week. I'm going to wear it again today. It's nice and soft, it's quite cozy, and it's good. It's a good layering kind of piece. So yeah, that is that pattern. And then the next thing, I was in the middle of making a bestie bag, and that is all complete. So here it is. So I've added a nice little gold handmade, that's from Little Rosy Cheeks. This is in a canvas fabric that I got from, sorry, I've got a little itch. This is in a canvas fabric which I got from Simple Life Fabrics. So it's got quite a dramatic kind of design on it, I guess. I used a continuous zip from my stash. I had this zipper pull from my stash. I did actually buy some webbing, so I had a couple of different colours. I ended up getting like a cream, a brown, and this sort of green. Oh, we've got Ralphie here now as well. It's all go this morning, it's all go. But I decided to go with the green because I thought that looked quite nice with it. Just put the bag on to show you what it looks like. So that is it on. If I can, I'll pop a picture up, but I mean, you've seen it on me. It's got a nice little, the base of it is quite nice. You kind of top stitch the base. You're meant to go all the way up to, you're meant to go all the way up to sort of where the tab meets here, but I couldn't get right up to the very top of it, so I've got a little section here which is not top stitch, but to be honest I don't think it's that noticeable. I'm not too worried about that. Inside I used a cotton poplin from my stash, which I think went quite well. I think you might possibly be able to get this in pound fabrics, this cotton poplin. There's two kind of inside pockets here, and then on the other side there's just a single pocket, and I've put another little Rosy Cheeks label inside. So that is all finished. I haven't actually used it yet. And I've got a slide. I decided to go with the slider option, so you can kind of make it sort of shorter or longer. So I went with that option. But yeah, this is the size medium. I don't know if I mentioned that. So it's quite roomy. I have made a bag of a similar shape before, which was the Fibre Mood Nusha. And just bear with me because I will get that and show you the comparison in the size. So this is the Fibre Mood Nusha bag that I have previously made, and haven't actually used this that much. This is not adjustable, actually. I didn't make the strap adjustable, but this was kind of like the first bag that I made, and I wasn't really that au fait with kind of doing the adjustable straps and stuff, but since then it's actually quite easy to do if you follow the instructions. But just to show you the comparison in size, so I have to kind of put one of them on me just to show you. But this is obviously the Bestie bag in the medium, and then this is the Fibre Mood Nusha. So you can see it is actually quite a bit smaller. I actually thought this was quite roomy when I made it, and now when I see it against, let me see if I can hold both of them up together. I'm not doing this very well, am I? But when I did think this was quite roomy, but when I sort of when I made this one, I realised actually how there you go, that's a better sort of comparison. Oh, I'm not doing very well today. Yeah, there's quite a bit of difference in size, so I'm hoping that I'll get quite a bit of use out of this. I did actually cut another one of these out, which I'm in the middle of constructing. So I made the Avril jacket from the Maggie quilted fabric from Fabric Godmother, and I had a bit left over, so I have made one in that. To be honest, I feel like I might actually get more use out of this one than the green one. I don't know why, but I guess I think this, this fabric just kind of stands out for me. It's kind of my colours, I guess. But I think there will be opportunity to use both at different times, depending on, what I'm wearing and sort of the occasion and stuff. I guess this one is probably a little bit more casual. But I need to insert the webbing. I have got some webbing here. It's cut ready, but I'm just waiting for a strap. So I ended up, this is the salmon pink that I said I was waiting for it to arrive. I think it goes quite well. I don't know if I should have used a navy blue. I don't have a navy blue webbing in stock, so I've just kind of gone with the pink, to be honest. And I think that will go quite well as the bag webbing. So I'm just waiting for a slider, so I can't really finish that until the slider arrives. It is coming today. Sorry, you can't, well, the way I'm standing here, I think I'm talking, but you can't really see my face very well. But I had a zip in my stash, so I've used that on here, and this ring pull, which I think the rainbow ring pull looks really good with this. So that's why I'm waiting for a rainbow slider. Inside, I've used this cotton, so I made some bob pants in this, and I've used that as the lining. Again, I've got the two pockets. I would like to sort of maybe look into how easy it would be to put a zipped pocket inside, because I think that would be quite handy. I know I've got one inside my Harrelson bag, so I could probably use the similar instructions and maybe try and construct a zipped pocket or something. And then I've put another little Rosy Cheeks label inside, and I've kind of put the stripes the other way for that pocket there. The pocket and everything is still all open at the moment, because you kind of install the straps within the sort of seam, so they're kind of hidden inside, and then once the straps are all installed, you then sew up your bag lining, sew that together so the bag is like completely sealed, and the strap is completely sealed inside, hidden inside the lining, so everything's kind of hidden inside. So yeah, so I'm not too far off finishing that, to be honest. I've got another little label here, can't remember where this one is from, but I thought that went quite well, and this was surprisingly easy to work with. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that one finished up. Hopefully I'll get that finished today. And then you'll probably see in the background I also had enough fabric left over to make a waistcoat. So this is the new Craft House everyday waistcoat, and I obviously didn't line it because this fabric is self-lined. So what I have done is I've bound all of the inside seams just with a little bit of binding from the Specky seamstress, and I used a little bit of ribbon that I had in my stash for the ties. I was a bit unsure whether to do the ties or not, but they seem to work okay. And then I just bound all the edges and all the bottom and everything with a just a cotton bias binding that was in my stash. I've done a little label on the back from the Cozy Club Handmade, and the label inside is from Little Rosy Cheeks. So I shall just pop this on over my head quickly. I mean, it will clash terribly with the top that I'm wearing. Rather than undo it, I thought it's just easier to kind of get it on over my head. But there is the, so it fits really well. It's a really nice kind of fit. I will pop an extra picture in. I've when I took some photos in the week, I styled it just with a plain navy blue long sleeve top underneath, so it's a bit easier to see the pattern. But it's a good, I think it's a good layering piece. It's a good sort of fit, and I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, I've been super busy this week getting those bits and pieces sort of made up. So a top, a waistcoat, a bag, and a second bag almost finished. So yeah, it's been quite a good week. So one of the things I wanted to make a start on sort of making was a Hovea jacket. Well, I don't know if I mentioned that last week actually, but I've got some black boiled wool and I wanted to make like a coat with it. And I was looking through, I had a few suggestions, and I also had a look through on my sort of stash hub some of the patterns that might be suitable for boiled wool. I did a little Google, and one of the patterns that came up was the Megan Nielsen Hovea jacket. Now I'd always just assumed that was suitable for like a padded, you know, like a quilted kind of fabric, something like that. But I realised there's a slightly longer version, and they actually show it made up in boiled wool, and it looks really nice. I don't think it has any fastenings on it, but you can, excuse me, you can make a belt to kind of wrap around it. I think you can add fastenings. I could probably add like a button or a buttonhole or something, or even hook and eye. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I thought, right, that's the one I want to make. Now I thought I had the pattern, so I was actually all set today to print the pattern out, start getting it sort of like cut out and get it all ready. I'm off to a sewing social next weekend, and I thought that would be perfect. I can make a start on that. If I get it all cut out this weekend, I can do it, make a start on it at the sewing social next weekend. However, turns out I don't have the pattern. I thought I did, but it's something that I probably will purchase, but it's coming towards the end of the month in January, and it's always a longer month, and so funds are a little bit lower, shall we say. So I'm going to have to wait now till I've been paid, so I think I will hold off on doing that one for the moment, but it is definitely quite firmly in my plans, so I will be picking that one up again very soon. So what I've done today is I've actually this morning I've cut out this pattern here, and I'm not that keen on this kind of longer version necessarily, but the one that I quite like the look of is this version here, View B. So this pattern is Simplicity 9374, and I had actually bought a couple of like boucle fabrics, and with a view to make like a vest. And yeah, so this is the one that I would like to go for. However, I realised before I cut this out that this is actually for stretch knits. And I kind of assumed I'd be able to do the boucle as well. So I've actually gone ahead and cut it out anyway. So this is the fabric and the colour of the fabric. So it's a gorgeous like teal colour, which I think will be really nice. So I have actually like cut it all out this morning. So here is my pattern. What I've done, so because it's got a V-neck, I think because I'm quite short in the body, sometimes these kind of V-necks end up being too low on me, and then depending on if I wear something underneath or not. I mean, to be honest, for this I would wear something underneath, but they can sometimes be a bit too low and show off a bit of cleavage. So I generally, as you may or may not know, I generally, most patterns now, I reduce a little bit of height sort of here, across that sort of section there, because that tends to be where I'm quite short in the body. So I have actually cut this out as a medium, which is the 14 to 16. But as you can see, I have actually reduced, I've taken this up by 1 inch. So I've just folded the pattern piece. Hopefully that will be okay. And then this is actually folded up to the vest length, because this pattern piece I think is also for this longer length as well, which I wouldn't want. So I've folded it up so it's at this length. So there is a little band on the bottom. I'm not sure how that, sorry for all the rustling, I'm not sure how that is going to work yet, because this, got a piece here actually, this fabric, I mean there's a little bit of give in the fabric, but it's obviously not a proper knit fabric or anything. So I didn't want to cut the bottom band on the size medium, because there's not enough stretch, and I think the idea generally is that this bottom band will kind of bring this in a bit. So what I did is I laid this against the width of, I'll just try and stand up and show you. I kind of laid that along there, and then I just decided to cut it out at the largest size, to allow for a bit of seam allowance. And it's probably too long, to be honest, but I thought if I just cut it out of the largest, then it will give me a little bit of leeway. So I think the idea, my sort of thinking is that obviously because it doesn't have much stretch, I don't want to pull that in, so I kind of almost want that bottom band to be the same width as the top without kind of like trying to pull it in. So I'm going to give that a go. So that is all cut out, ready to go. Don't really have the right colour thread, so I need to pop down to Hobbycraft this morning and just grab a thread for that. And then because I'm not able to cut out the Hovea coats now, I thought I might actually have a go at cutting out the Julia sweater. So this has actually been on my sort of make list for a while, and I think I don't know why I've been putting it off, and I think I'm always a little bit funny with sort of new patterns that I haven't made before, because I never quite know how the fit is going to come up. But I realised I had already traced this pattern off. I don't know where I've put the pieces now, they're around here somewhere. But yeah, I have already traced the pieces off for that. But what I need to do is just reduce a little bit of length. I think, I mean, the pattern piece itself looks really long. I mean, on here, the jumper doesn't look that long, but on me it looks like it comes down like mid-thigh. So I've decided I'm going to remove a little bit of length here, and possibly, so maybe an inch or two here, and then sort of half an inch to an inch here. But because of the way this is constructed, there's like a few different pieces that I need to reduce the length on. So you've got this side piece, you've got this kind of piece here, and then obviously the back as well. So there's a few little adjustments that I need to make. So I'm going to have a little play around with that. I want to get it cut out in this fabric, which I've had in my stash a little while. I have shared this on here before, but as you can see, it's quite a bulky fabric, and this is taking up quite a lot of room. So I really want to get that. Sort of cut out. So that is my plan. And then I've got a piece of twill here, which I got given from Rainbow Fabrics, which I think goes quite well, and my plan is to use that for the placket here. So I'm looking forward to getting that made up, so I'm going to have a go at doing that today. Sorry, off camera again. I'm going to have a go at doing that today. So yeah, sorry if this seems a little bit chaotic today. Hopefully it's not been too bad. So yeah, they're kind of like my plans, maybe this weekend going into next weekend. And then just a couple of things that I have had into my sewing room this week. I saw on the New Craft House that they had some new fabric come in, which apparently was from a designer, and one of the fabrics I really love the look of because it reminded me of Ralph, and it is this fabric. So this is actually a French terry, and it's really cute. It's got a really cute little whippet on it, and yeah, it just looks a bit like Ralph. So they had like this version in the white, and then they also had like a really nice bright blue, but the pattern on the blue one was different, and I really liked this pattern, so I kind of went with the white. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't always keep white stuff that clean, so we shall see. But the ribbon, so it came as like a kit. It wasn't very expensive. It was £22, and you got the fabric, you got the ribbon, and you got the thread all together. So I thought that was pretty good. But the ribbon that they sent with it, I thought was a really weird colour choice. So this was the colour ribbon. So it's kind of like a weird kind of off-white colour. I don't think it really goes at all, and I don't really want to use that with it. So I had a look in my stash, and I came up with either this grey, which is it's not quite the same as that grey, but I thought that might not be too bad, or this red, which I think actually matches really well with the red sort of outline of the dog. So I kind of asked on Instagram what people thought, and actually the majority went with the red. So I think I'm quite keen to do that. My only concern is if the colour of this ribbon bleeds onto the white of the jumper. So that's my only concern. So I'm kind of like thinking I might actually run this through the wash first, and I might even cut a little bit of this off, and just like a little square, and put it in with it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe pin it on or something, or not pin, but with a safety pin or something, and then just see if the colour of this actually runs onto the colour of that before I actually go ahead and put it all together, because I'd hate to sort of do that and then I end up with like all the red has run into this, so that would be a bit of a disaster. So, but I really like those colours together, and to be honest, I think I'm gonna make. I'm losing everything this morning. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, you've got a bit of a close-up of me there. But to be honest, I think I might just make another one of these tops in it. I've checked the pattern pieces and they fit on it okay, from what I can tell. So once it's washed and stuff, I think I might just cut another one out in that. And then the other fabric I got was from Hey So Sister, and it is this lovely cotton, and it's beautiful quality. And this is I've been wanting this for ages, but every time I go to buy it, it's out of stock. But it finally came back into stock. So this is the nice burgundy colour, and I've got 2.5 meters, and I'm possibly a dress. I'm thinking I might possibly make the fleur dress again with this one. I did make the fleur with her other one, which is the blue viola, and I think this would be really nice in the fleur, so I might make another fleur dress with this. So they're the only things really that came into my sewing room this week. So they're the bits that I wanted to share with you. So Yeah, I mean, I have made a couple of other little purchases. I did buy from the sale that Emporia Patterns were doing. Sadly, they have decided to stop doing the fabric side of their business, so they were selling everything off for, I think, with a quite big discount, 40% I think it was. So I have bought a few bits from there. I'm waiting for those to arrive, but I think now I really need to start concentrating on sewing from my stash. As I mentioned last week, I'm starting to run out of room. Things like those bulky fabrics don't really help because they take up a huge amount of room. So if I can try and get some of those sewn up, that would be quite good. And obviously it's the right time of year for that. And then, yeah, I really need to sort of crack on with sewing from my stash, really. So I am going to the Stitch Festival this year, and I've started making a little list, and to be honest, I haven't got that much on my list. I know I will get swayed by fabric, but I'm really going to try really hard not to buy too much fabric, because you know, as I said, I really need to start sewing from my stash. And before I go there, I have also got, as I mentioned, the colour analysis booked in, and then I'm hoping from that there might be a few little fabrics maybe that are in my stash that, you know, if they don't suit me, then I might look at destashing those. So we shall see how that goes. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here. I don't know what the time is actually. What is the time? It's actually 11:15. We need to take Ralph out for a walk. I need to go down to Hobbycraft to get some thread, and then I am booked onto a virtual sewing session today with the virtual sewing room. So they're having a virtual sewing day today, so they've got some guest speakers and there are a few different slots available, but I booked on to the one that was from 1 till 4 p.m. and Zoe from Sozo blog is on there talking about sustainability, so I've booked onto that one this afternoon. So I need to go and do all the bits and pieces, have my lunch, and then jump on that call for 1 o'clock. So I haven't got too long to go for that. So I'm going to shoot off now and get myself sorted out, and I shall catch up with you again soon. So thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this slightly chaotic vlog today, and I shall look forward to catching up with you again next week. Have a good week, and I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.